In the year 2025, the Forsaken Divine Realm suddenly appeared. Whenever someone fell asleep, they were pulled into this world. The only currency in the Forsaken Divine Realm is lifespan itself. Dying here would cost you a portion of your remaining years, while defeating monsters would increase it. Players could consume their lifespan to bring their powers from this world back to reality. A powerhouse who could tear a tank apart with their bare hands, slice a plane in half with a single sword strike, and even withstand a nuclear bomb with their body was no longer just a dream. From the very day this young man broke his back to ensure his worthless adopted sister survived, overcoming every hardship to become one of the top 100 strongest players in the world. But during the final battle, just as Qin Feng successfully cleared the ancient divine ruins and obtained the divine artifact, the Eye of Judgment, he was unexpectedly betrayed by the very person fighting alongside him. Unbelievably, the one who heartlessly ran him through was none other than the adopted sister he had nearly broken his back carrying all this time. Even more unbelievably, her reason for killing him was just to claim the Eye of Judgment artifact for some idol she was simping for. In this life, Qin Feng died filled with unending regret. The moment the blade fell, the game was over and Qin Feng found himself waking up 9 years in the past. Speaking of his pain-in-the-ass sister, she kicked the door open and stormed in. Her face twisted in annoyance, shouting, "Qin Feng, so you were home after all. Why didn't you answer my calls? I was out supporting my idol, Song Fei. Are you trying to pull a disappearing act on me? You have no idea how important it was for me to be there for him this time." Qin Feng couldn't care less about this crazy girl's outburst, thinking to himself, "Just as I remember. On the launch day of the Forsaken Divine game, Qin Xiaoyu and I had a massive fight over Song Fei. Before the game's release, Song Fei was a popular underground idol and Qin Xiaoyu was his biggest stan. Song Fei appeared glamorous on the surface, but he was actually a piece of trash who secretly scammed countless female fans out of their money and their bodies. To keep Qin Xiaoyu from being taken advantage of, I never let her get involved with that guy. But I ended up being framed as the one interfering in her life. Hey, are you deaf? I'm talking to you. Are you just going to pretend you can't hear me? It's your fault he dropped in the rankings this month if you don't give me the money. And before Qin Xiaoyu could finish, she was struck by a hard slap from Qin Feng. She cradled her swelling cheek, staring at Qin Feng in utter shock. You dare! Qin Xiaoyu, I don't have the time or the patience to waste on you today, but if you dare mess with me again, I will break your jaw. Qin Feng tossed a card in her direction. This is the inheritance our parents left us. For all these years, no matter how hard life was, I never touched a single cent. Today, I'm giving it all to you. Out of respect for our parents, I'm letting this go. But you listen to me carefully. From this day forward, I, Qin Feng, no longer have a sister like you." With that said, Qin Feng turned decisively and walked back to his room. In his previous life, Qin Feng had missed countless opportunities because he was protecting Qin Xiaoyu. There were too many hidden dungeons and treasure troves that required taking risks to but he had passed on them all. He was genuinely curious, without that jinx of a girl holding him back, just how powerful could he become. This time he would use his knowledge of the Forsaken Divine Realm from his past life to surpass everyone else. As for Qin Xiaoyu, I'll just let her fend for herself. But you, Song Fei, I will deal with you personally, Qin Feng thought to himself, then climbed into bed to sleep. Just a moment later, his consciousness was in the Forsaken Divine World. The class selection hall. How nostalgic. I remember the first time I came here, I was in a panic and it took me several hours to finish choosing a class and leave. This time I have to be faster. In my past life, I chose the warrior class to protect Qin Xiaoyu. Although the warrior class isn't weak, it's not suitable for me now. Without Qin Xiaoyu holding me back anymore, my solo leveling speed will be much faster. Mobility is the most important thing. After some thought, Qin Feng decided to choose the assassin class. Just then, a notification window appeared. The divine artifact Eye of Judgment has completed its binding. The Eye of Judgment has been activated. Unique attribute Power of Judgment. Passive power. Upon entering the Forsaken Divine World, you will automatically receive the highest grade class and talent, Eye of Judgment. So it was bound to me when I came back to life. So that's how it is. Once a divine artifact acknowledges its master, it's useless even if you gouge it out. Or perhaps could it be the reason I was able to come back to life? Suddenly, a mass of dark energy wrapped around Qin Feng. Congratulations, you have obtained a hidden class. Now initiating class change. Class change complete. You have become a shadow. Shadow. So this is the highest grade hidden class for assassins. It's completely different from the warrior I was in my past life. To have this much power just after getting my class. Whenever you choose the class, there's a very slim chance of obtaining its high grade hidden class. Yet this power of judgment grants a 100% probability. It is, after all, the power of judgment, the most authentic and ancient primordial power in the universe, a power that overrides all rules and order. You lack divinity and cannot actively activate this power for the time being, but its passive effects will take hold. Qin Feng couldn't help but be amazed as he read the notification. A primordial power with supreme authority that can transcend rules and order. In my past life, it wasn't until the 7th year of the Forsaken Divine World that a powerhouse managed to escape the Forsaken Divine Land and reach the Land of Order. At that time, humanity learned of the existence of the power of order for the very first time, but in reality, many years had passed, but in the end, no one had ever obtained the power of order. To think that today, right at the beginning, I've obtained a primordial power that can transcend even order and rules. As long as I can leave the Forsaken Divine Land and reach the Land of Order, I will gain divinity. Then I'll be able to wield this power. It seems I have a new goal in this life. Class selection is complete. Please enter your name for this world. If my class was born from the shadows, then I'll just be called Shadow. Your name has been set to Shadow. Now entering the Forsaken Divine Land. This is a desolate land where countless demonic beasts run rampant. They are ready to tear you apart and take your life at any moment. Leave the town, slay monsters, and you will receive tradable lifespan. However, if you die in this world, half of your lifespan will be deducted, including both tradable and non-tradable lifespan. In this area, Seashell Town is a peaceful zone. There are no monsters in the area, players cannot attack each other, and the lifespan loss rate is 1. When Qin Feng arrived at Seashell Town, he saw a large crowd of people who had been pulled into the godforsaken land. Where is this place? What's a class? What's a code name? I just finished my night shift, got home, and went straight to bed. Am I hallucinating? I have no idea. I was grinding for a chicken dinner all night and then passed out, but how did I end up here? One man pinched his arm, then cried out, "Ouch, this isn't a dream. It seems we've been pulled into some kind of game." Just as Qin Feng appeared, he immediately drew everyone's attention. What class is that? Why does he look so different from us? I don't know, but judging by the dagger in his hand, he must be an assassin. But I'm an assassin too. So why don't I look that cool? Look, he even has special effects on him. Qin Feng paid no mind to their chatter and strode confidently through the crowd, thinking to himself, soon enough, powerful experts from various nations will appear one after another to reshape the world order. If I want to get ahead of them, I have to act faster. Time waits for no one. Just then a group of people teleported in right in front of Qin Feng. Ouch, that hurts! So it turns out you respawn in town when you die. Man, those mobs are too fierce. A single bite took away half of my health bar. How are we supposed to fight this? It was just a level 1 creep yet. Even with the 3 of us attacking together, we could barely put a dent in its health. My lifespan was already cut in half. At that moment, the men in the group turned to the only woman among them and asked, Sister Latu, what do we do now? Qin Feng glanced over at Latu, silently assessing her. The starting weapon for an archer is a short bow, but she's using a longbow. Looks like she has a hidden class too. Latu looked up at that moment just in time to meet Qin Feng's gaze. Noticing how different he looked from everyone else, she smiled and offered, Hey brother, it looks like you have a hidden class. Want to party up with us? The wild mobs outside are really strong. You can't fight them alone. Our party has already been wiped out once, so we have experience. So your experience is getting wiped out, Qin Feng thought to himself, then bluntly refused and walked straight past them. Hearing this, one of the men in the group sneered, What are you trying to act like, some pro gamer? Even the 5 of us couldn't handle it. And you think you can do it alone? That's hilarious. We already told you. It's dangerous out there and you're still planning to go solo? You got a death wish or something? The bald guy mocked. Don't be like that. The man has a noble hidden class and he's an assassin at that. If he can't win a fight, he can always run away. Lei Tu then tried to inspect Qin Feng's information. His name was Shadow. What an arrogant show-off. Lei Tu closed the info panel and said to her teammates, Let's go. We'll follow him and see what kind of skills he has. Maybe we can gather some new intel on these monsters, plus we'll get to see how he gets himself killed. While following Qin Feng, Lei Tu's mind wandered. The godforsaken land. This place is truly bizarre and incredibly dangerous. Even though I don't know why I was brought here with my years of experience playing online games, I was able to quickly form a squad, but I never imagined that the very first monster in the starting village could wipe out my whole team. That's fundamentally not an enemy a level 1 player could possibly defeat. The shadow player in front of me seems highly unusual. Following him might yield some crucial information. Hiding behind a tree trunk, Latu's teammate peeked out at Tan Feng and whispered, That guy's starting class weapon is different from yours. You have a dagger, but he has a short blade. Not only that, he's even faster than me. My agility stat as an assassin should be the highest. His clothes are different from ours too, the bald guy said, unwilling to accept it. Just then, Latu saw Tanfeng suddenly turn his head and look behind him, startling her so much she didn't dare to peek out again for fear of being discovered. But after a few seconds of silence, she peeked out again only to find Tanfeng had vanished. Where did he go? Did he just disappear like that? Is that a stealth skill? His starting skill is actually stealth. What kind of class is this? How cool is that? After a while, seeing no sign of Tanfeng anywhere, Lei Tu's group decided to leave. Let's go back to town and see if there are any opportunities to level up. It's too dangerous out here. We've already been wiped out once. Plus our remaining lifespan has been cut in half. Right, maybe we can even find a hidden reward like a treasure chest. Or go find some NPC or something similar. They didn't know that Tanfeng hadn't left at all, but was still standing in the same spot. Thanks to his shadow meld skill, he had entered a state of stealth, becoming visible only upon being attacked. Breaking stealth would increase the attack power of his first strike, which was how Tanfeng had easily shaken off Lei Tu's group. Stealth mastery doubles stealth duration and increases stealth speed by +1. They can't see me. This shadow class is truly special. A normal assassin's stealth ability at this level is very easy to detect. But the Shadow class has stealth mastery, so no person or monster can detect my presence in this early stage. Recalling the words Lei Tu's group said before leaving Tanfeng, couldn't help but feel a sense of pity. A bunch of naive newbies. There's nothing in the starting town that will help improve their strength. It's just a place that provides a safe haven for players. In this godforsaken game, players are basically just prey for the demonic beasts. At the same time, Tanfeng's body gradually returned to its normal state. The stealth had ended. The duration isn't very long. Fortunately, the cooldown starts from the moment stealth is activated, so I can become invisible again in just a few seconds. Tanfeng opened his attribute panel and glanced over it. The base attribute for all players is 10 points. Different classes grant bonuses on top of this foundation. In my previous life, my warrior class only got +3 to strength and constitution. This time, the Shadow class actually gets a bonus to all attributes, and even agility is increased by +8. 5 free attribute points plus another 5 points that can be allocated. Many players would choose to increase strength or spirit at the start to boost their physical and magical attack power. But this is a complete mistake. Agility is what's most important. No matter how you allocate points in the early game, the damage from any demonic beast will overwhelm a player. The only way to defeat the monsters without getting hurt was to increase agility and speed. Therefore, Qin Feng allocated all his available attribute points to agility. Suddenly, a strange noise from not far away startled Qin Feng. Over there, a normal grade level 1 creep was devouring lifespan to evolve. It seemed this was the one that had taken down that 5-person squad, Qin Feng thought to himself. After the creep finished devouring the lifespan, it charged straight at him. Qin Feng silently assessed the wounds on its body. Judging by its injuries, the other players had already chipped away a good amount of its health. After a monster kills a player, it obtains that player's lifespan. By devouring that lifespan, it could evolve. Qin Feng leaped back, dodging the monster's attack, then used his stealth skill to turn invisible. While the monster was bewildered, he leaped high into the air and brought down a stealth-breaking strike, instantly taking the creep's life. You have dealt 174 damage. You have defeated a level 1 creep. You have received 10 experience points. I can't believe it was a one-shot kill. Although attacking a creep's nape can cause critical damage, this amount was just too high. Just then, another notification panel appeared, clearing up Qin Feng's confusion. Backstab. If you are outside the enemy's line of sight when you attack, the damage of that attack is doubled. So that's it. There's a backstab mechanic. Multiple class skills. Activating at once boosted the damage to an insane level. I remember that in the past, a warrior's critical hit only dealt 40 damage, and it still took a long time to kill a creep, and they would even get injured in the end. Qin Feng recalled that time. Even though he was hurt when the lifespan reward dropped, he gave it to Qin Xiaoyu without a second thought. But now things were different. You have gained 3 days of lifespan tradable. You have gained 54 years and 155 days of lifespan. Non-tradable. Those 5 people were killed, and each lost at least 20 to 30 years of their lifespan, which absolutely totals over 100 years. After it was transferred to the creep, only 54 years were left. But that's fine. The non-tradable lifespan has no use for now. The power of judgment has been activated. Congratulations, you have obtained the Infinite Evolution talent. Infinite Evolution. A primal grade talent. When you defeat monsters in single-player mode, you have a chance to obtain evolution points, which can be used to evolve skills. Every 24 hours, you will automatically receive 5 evolution points. If you defeat a boss-level monster in single-player mode, you are guaranteed to receive evolution points. Current points: 5. Infinite evolution, and it can even evolve skills. I've never heard of anything like this in my past life. Whether it's equipment or skill books, once they drop from a monster, they are always fixed at that level and never change. So this is the power that can transcend all rules and order. Alright, then let's give it a try. With that thought, Qin Feng used 4 evolution points on Stealth and Backstab. Skill evolution successful. The initial normal grade skill, Stealth, has been upgraded to Bronze grade, increasing the invisibility duration from 12 to 16 seconds. When breaking Stealth with an attack, the bonus attack power increases from 60 to 90. The cooldown time was reduced from 28 seconds to 26 seconds. The initial skill Enhanced Backstab was downgraded to a normal skill. Passive effect. When attacking a target from behind, the damage is increased from 10% to 15%. Qin Feng marveled that the duration of his Shadow Meld skill had increased to 16 seconds. When combined with Stealth Mastery, the duration doubled to a full 32 seconds. The stealth duration was now so long it nearly allowed him to achieve a state of infinite invisibility in this RPG world. If that last skill had been upgraded, even a full health monster could have been one-shot. Just then a voice called out, "Look at that skinny kid over there! He took down that monster all by himself. I told you this game was simple. Kangzi, you're incredible with your stamina. You could probably handle at least 10 girls." Kangzi laughed loudly and replied, "I'll protect you. As long as I'm here, you don't have to worry about a thing." Qin Feng turned to look at the couple being all lovey-dovey behind him and happened to spot the nurturer right above their heads. So he immediately activated his Shadow Meld skill and backed away. The other two were still confused by Qin Feng's actions when they noticed a large shadow. By the time they looked up and saw a gigantic spider and a swarm of spiderlings above them, it was too late. The Nurturer level 1, Bronze quality. Spiderling level 1, Normal grade. Qin Feng eyed in a corner to observe the enemy. The Nurturer was a newbie-level boss with around 1,600 health points, completely beyond the capabilities of an ordinary new player. What's more, the boss also commanded a large number of spiderlings. But this is perfect. I'll use you to test the power of my newly upgraded assassin skills. With that thought, Qin Feng left his hiding spot, dashed toward the boss, and activated his ambush strike skill. He struck a weak point, dealing 338 damage to the boss. At the same time, his position was revealed as his stealth wore off. The boss roared in pain and lunged at Qin Feng with its 2 sharp legs. Fortunately, he activated his Shadow Meld skill again just in time, and thanks to the increased agility from his previously allocated evolution points, the 2 legs only grazed him. Otherwise, with his current health of only 130, he would have been toast. Unable to find Qin Feng, the boss began to rampage around the area. It's going berserk. These monsters in the game world are very intelligent. They don't just stand there and attack randomly. It looks as if it's just mindlessly attacking its surroundings. The spiderlings are on high alert, so I can't get close carelessly. However, just as I suspected, a rock flew through the air and struck the boss's weak point, causing it to take 299 points of damage. As expected, my main source of damage comes from the bonus attack when breaking stealth with Shadow Meld and from my enhanced class skills. That's why even throwing a rock at the enemy deals significant damage. So this is the strategy. Qin Feng waited for Shadow Meld to cool down, then threw a rock which triggered special skill effects like Ambush Strike and Backstab on the boss's weak point. A short while later in Seashell Town, an announcement appeared that the ranking board had been updated. The player, Shadow, has defeated the Bronze tier Nurturer and is the first player to reach level 2, dominantly claiming the top spot on the leaderboard. The announcement immediately sent shockwaves through the player base. Holy crap, I've already been killed by a mob twice. Before I could even figure out what was happening, someone already soloed the boss. If anyone knows this amazing guy, please introduce him to me. He fought it alone. Seriously, there's only one name on the leaderboard after all. Leitu's party was bewildered when they read the announcement. Sister Leitu, this Shadow is the guy who just left. That's him, but how did he reach level 2 so fast? This defies logic. And he even killed the boss. Our entire party can't even take down a normal monster. Yet he managed to solo a Bronze tier boss. What a joke, could the system have made a mistake? The zombie couple, having just respawned, were equally stunned when they read the announcement. That giant spider was actually killed by someone, but there was a swarm of smaller spiders around it. Who is this Shadow the girl with Kang 2 guessed? Could it be that invisible assassin from earlier? Meanwhile, in the forest, you have defeated the Bronze tier Nurturer. You have received 300 experience points. Congratulations on reaching level 2. Congratulations on receiving 2 evolution points. Congratulations on unlocking the Seashell Town leaderboard. Congratulations on receiving 1 reputation point, which has been announced to the entire town. You have received 46 days of tradable lifespan. Skill book Greedy Hand Bronze tier. Attack power plus 35 agility plus 4. Equipment requirement level 1. Infinite evolution points 2. Skill book Greedy Hand Bronze tier. An assassin class skill book. After learning it, you can use it on monsters for a 20% chance to receive additional loot. Learning requirement level 1. As soon as the giant spider went down, the smaller spiders scattered and fled. I was careless. I should have killed the smaller spiders first to get more experience. Still, I can't believe a bronze tier boss dropped a god tier skill for the assassin class. This skill can significantly improve equipment farming. In the later stages when defeating a powerful boss, it gives a 20% chance to get extra loot. I remember in my past life in my god-slaying guild there was a guy. His own strength was very average, but he relied on this skill to secure his position. Becoming the most sought-after player. Every time he went out, he had to have his own bodyguards. A thought occurred to Qin Feng. Although this skill only has a 20% chance if I combine it with my unceasing evolution talent, wouldn't the drop rate increase infinitely? And the next morning, Qin Xiaoyu went to school as usual. On the way, Qin Xiaoyu's friend asked with concern, "Xiaoyu, didn't you call to apologize to your brother? Yesterday we skipped the exam and snuck out to support Song Fei." Your brother must be really mad. As soon as Qin Feng was mentioned, Qin Xiaoyu got angry. I didn't do anything wrong. So why should I apologize? If it weren't for him, we almost would have missed the entry time yesterday. He's the one who should apologize to me. But he's so good to you. Sometimes I'm really jealous that you have a brother like him. Good my ass. All he does all day is meddle in my business. Besides, he's not even my real brother. Having brother Song Fei is enough for me. Seeing that she couldn't persuade her, the friend changed the subject. Oh, that reminds me. What happened to your face? I fell. When the two of them arrived at their classroom, a large crowd was gathered around the door. Qin Xiaoyu's friend curiously pushed through the crowd, then exclaimed in astonishment, "What happened to Jiang Wei? How did he become transparent like that?" A male student standing nearby replied, "I'm not sure either. Just a moment ago, Wei said he wanted to catch up on some sleep, and a little while later he turned into this." The other students began to gossip animatedly. Jiang Wei's situation wasn't an isolated case. It had already spread all over the internet. It seemed as if everyone in the world was experiencing this phenomenon. Some experts theorized that as soon as a person goes to sleep, they enter a transparent, phantom-like state. But the cause was still unknown. Hearing this, Qin Xiaoyu's friend immediately took out her phone. "I have to call and warn my parents. Xiaoyu, you should also call your brother and remind him to be careful." Qin Xiaoyu snorted coldly, "I'm not going to contact him. It would be better if a person like him just dropped dead." Returning to the main plot after a period of diligently grinding mobs, Qin Feng achieved a new milestone. The Hand of Greed had successfully evolved from bronze tier to gold tier. This assassin class skill can be used on monsters, with a 20 to 70% chance of receiving additional loot rewards. You have learned Hand of Greed plus 2. Skill, Hand of Greed. Check successful. You have received 2 evolution points and 46 days of tradable lifespan. Ha ha ha. My luck's not bad. I actually managed to get 2 more evolution points. It will take 3 evolution points to upgrade Hand of Greed to plus 3. Excellent. It won't be long before I can get a 100% additional loot drop rate. Thinking about it, the nations of the world must have discovered this issue. More and more people are flocking to the game, so I need to speed up my progress. First, I'll equip the gear I can use. Qin Feng immediately equipped the corrosive short sword, gaining an additional 35 attack points and 4 agility points. It won't be long before they realize that the skills and equipment from this game can be brought into the real world. When that happens, the world will be plunged into a bloodbath. To obtain skills and equipment, 2 conditions must be met. First, one's level must reach level 10. Second, one must have enough tradable lifespan. If you only fight weak mobs, meeting both conditions will be very slow. I need to find stronger bosses. As Qin Feng was walking, he suddenly heard the sound of fighting, and at the same time someone shouted, "Run away!" Qin Feng activated his stealth skill and moved toward the source of the noise, where he saw a group of people struggling against a swift runner. Level 2. Bronze quality. Talk about a pillow showing up just when you're getting sleepy. Wait a minute, that person is Wang Meng. I can't believe I ran into him here. It seems the legends were true after all. Rumor has it that when Wang Meng first entered the Divine game, he immediately formed a team. All 6 players have hidden classes. Wang Meng's hidden class is Holy Shield Warrior with base stats double that of a normal warrior. On top of that, it even comes with an invincibility skill. Qin Feng shifted his gaze to observe the other members. The damage of the Prophet Mage class is double that of a normal mage, and it comes with the Prophetic Fireball skill. The Hidden class Hawkeye Sharpshooter has stats double that of a normal archer, and it comes with the Continuous Shot skill. And the Hidden class Divine Cleric has double the healing power of a normal cleric, and starts with a group heal skill right from the beginning. At first they could barely hold their own against the sprinter, but gradually, the monster's superior speed pushed them into a defensive position as both the archer and the mage couldn't land a hit. Meanwhile, Wang Mang's holy shield was also weakening. "Healer, heal me! The rest of you keep chipping away at the boss," Wang Mang commanded. Hearing this, Qin Feng thought to himself that this Wang Mang guy was being far too optimistic, because he had forgotten that this was the wilderness. If the battle dragged on for too long, it would easily attract other demonic beasts. Sure enough, just a moment later, another group of demonic beasts appeared right behind Wang Mang. This was a pack of defilers, common level 2 demonic beasts, their bodies covered in dark brown mud, specializing in ranged attacks. "Boss, be careful!" The young man with the blade ran behind Wang Mang and slashed at a defiler, but his blade got stuck in the defiler's body and he couldn't pull it out. The defiler, of course, didn't just take it and began to counterattack, spewing a pile of brown mud at Wang Mang's group. "It stinks disgusting. Ugh! This is a snare. My movement speed has been slowed." The female mage was now being approached by a defiler, and she screamed in fear, "Help me!" Qin Feng immediately activated Shadow Step, then swiftly dashed forward and delivered a single slash, instantly killing the defiler and saving the female mage, stunning the entire group. He killed a defiler in one hit. Is someone helping us? Even for a level 1 creeper, it takes us over 10 seconds of surrounding it to kill it. Yet this level 2 defiler was killed almost instantly. How is that possible? While the young man with the blade was distracted, the defiler behind him prepared to strike. Fortunately, Qin Feng acted again, saving his life. "That was a true insta-kill, Da Lizzie. Could you see who it was?" The female mage shouted. "I couldn't see anything. Hopefully this person is here to help us. Don't get distracted. Keep fighting." "Only the sprinter is left now. Maintain the same rhythm," Wang Mang announced. At this moment, Qin Feng had already leaped into a treetop to claim his rewards. "You have defeated 2 level 2 defilers, receiving 40 experience points and 1 evolution point. You have picked up the Venomous Dart skill book. You normally receive 8 days of tradable lifespan. Venomous Dart is a skill that deals continuous damage at long and medium range. Excellent, let's evolve it directly. Venomous Dart. +2 silver. An assassin-type skill that can be launched up to a maximum range of 14 meters. Upon hitting the target, Venomous Dart deals an additional 120 points of damage and applies a poison status effect. Cooldown 5 seconds. Inflicts a level 2 hypertoxin dealing 50% continuous damage per second, and also applies a weaken effect that lasts for 5 seconds and does not stack. At the same time, Wang Mang raised his shield to block the sprinter's attack but was impaled by its other limb. "It's no good." "I can't heal through the damage," the healer said frantically from a distance. "Everyone run," Wang Mang said weakly. Just then, a dart flew through the air, piercing the weak spot on the sprinter's head and dealing 845 points of damage to it, equivalent to half of the demonic beast's HP bar. Due to the effect of the hypertoxin after being hit, the sprinter continuously lost health until it was finally eliminated. Your damage contribution is over 90%. The loot belongs to you. You have defeated the bronze tier sprinter, gaining 600 experience points and reaching level 3. Congratulations, you have received 2 evolution points and 55 days of tradable lifespan. Qin Feng celebrated inwardly. He never expected the continuous damage from the poison darts to synergize with his passive class skill. Combined with his stealth ability, he could remain invisible. In the early and mid stages, no monster could possibly be his opponent. How terrifying. With that kind of damage, is that even human Wang Mang was in a daze when he saw the light from the loot disappear, which meant someone had already claimed it. He then stood up, looked around into the empty space and said, "My friend, I don't know who you are, but thank you for saving my life." Still in stealth, Qin Feng replied, "Thank me. And yes, out here in the wilderness, don't be so quick to trust others." Wang Mang fell silent for a moment, then chose to leave. "I understand. Thank you for the reminder, Master. I won't disturb you while you check your gear. My name is Wang Mang. If you ever need any help in the future, Master, please come find me." The female maid shouted, "Master, I'm Break Bloom. Can I add you as a friend?" "Stop talking, let's go." The male support in the group covered the female mage's mouth and dragged her away. Qin Feng watched them leave, thinking to himself, "Wang Mang, this guy isn't bad, he seems trustworthy. Plus, he's backed by the great Xia government, so he has plenty of financial resources. What I'm missing is a stable sales channel so in the future I can sell him the things I don't need. Qin Feng crushed the loot orb, and a series of notifications appeared. Congratulations, you have received 3 evolution points and 55 days of tradable lifespan, and received the Bronze Tier Sprinter's Leather Pants. Equipped Sprinter's Leather Pants, an Assassin class item, physical defense plus 9, all elemental resistance plus 5 cooldown reduction plus 15% and requires level 2 to equip. This haul wasn't bad. I still have a lot of gear and skill books for other classes on me. Once my inventory is full, I'll head back to town and exchange these items for tradable lifespan. My current growth rate is already 100 times faster than in my previous life. Sung Fei, I'll be coming for you soon. The scene changes. A group of people was struggling to fight against the corrupted and sprinters, and what's more, the number of monsters was only increasing. Just as they were about to flee, they encountered a colossal monster which sent the entire group back to the novice village with a single attack. Back there, many people were in a heated discussion. Damn it, the monsters always appear in packs and they run away whenever their health gets low. We need to reach level 3 to escape this game, but how are we supposed to even get to level 3? It seems we need to gather more people. If a 3-person party isn't enough, then we'll have to form a 6-person party, or even a 10-person one. A man spoke up hesitantly. I'm afraid that won't work. I once saw a party of 10 get wiped out by a large mob of monsters. Besides, having too many people will attract a boss. Just a while ago, a group of 40 people attracted something called the Cursed One, and it wiped out over 30 of them in a single blow. The area immediately fell silent. A moment later, Li Zi's group was also teleported back to the novice village. If we can't reach level 3, does that mean we'll be trapped here forever? All of us ended up here after falling asleep. In other words, what has entered this place is our consciousness. If we can't escape this game, our bodies will starve to death, the bald-headed young man said worriedly. Li Zi gritted her teeth and replied, Damn it! Why is this game so difficult? Whether it's real or fake, we can't afford to lose any more lives. Just then, Lisa saw the player named Shadow at level 3, topping the leaderboard. How did he level up so fast? He must know some kind of method. We have to find a way to get him to power level us to level 3. We have to get out of this game first, then we'll talk, she thought. Li Zi then told her teammates, Help me spread the word that if Shadow gets us to level 3, when we return to reality, I will send him 10 million in cash. In her heart, she didn't believe that with this 10 million, Shadow wouldn't be tempted. Back to our protagonist. After a session of grinding monsters, he had raised his Hand of Greed skill to a new level. Jade Hand of Greed, an assassin class skill that can be used on the corpses of magical beasts. It has a 160% chance of granting additional loot. The extra loot obtained has a 20% chance of being upgraded by 1 tier. This effect is absolutely overpowered. If the skill continues to evolve, could it reach 100% or even 200%? Just then, Qin Feng spotted a bronze tier boss, the Curse Lord, passing by, devouring blue orbs with its mouth. It seems to be digesting lifespan, and is about to evolve into a silver tier boss. That's quite a lot. It has probably wiped out an entire 40-person party. What a pity. My inventory is already full, so even if I defeat it, I won't get anything. I'll just mark this location on the map for now. It will take some time for the boss to evolve, so Qin Feng decided to return to the starter village to clear out his inventory first, then come back to kill it. As soon as he returned, he set up a stall displaying the items he didn't need with a notice selling gear and skills. The sale lasts for only 10 minutes, so if you want to buy, you better be quick. The appearance of Qin Feng immediately caused an uproar among the crowd. Oh my god, when did this guy show up? He's wearing 2 pieces of bronze gear and yet he wants to sell 2 more. Is this the person who defeated the bronze tier boss? Look at his name, Shadow. Is this the Shadow who's at the top of the leaderboard? At that moment, someone wondered why they couldn't see his face clearly. Another person explained he has activated the full concealment function because the in-game interface and real life are identical. Humph, acting all mysterious. While everyone was buzzing with discussion, a girl slowly approached Qin Feng's stall. She looked over the items and asked, This ice cone skill? How are you selling it? This woman must be Grey Rose, currently ranked 11th in Seashell Town. She also has the full concealment function activated, Qin Feng thought to himself and then replied, 1 day of lifespan for the trade. Grey Rose looked at Qin Feng startled. 1 day is too much. Can you sell it for a bit cheaper? A normal grade ice cone skill could greatly increase a magic user's monster farming speed at this stage. 1 day is already a bargain. Grey Rose made another offer. Can I use real-world money? If you have a lot of money, you can buy lifespan from other players first, then come trade with me. If no one else makes a higher offer, I can hold the item for you. Qin Feng replied. Please wait a moment. Grey Rose spoke and then messaged her party to ask for their opinion. What should we say, everyone? Her teammates immediately offered their input. We were able to reach level 2 so quickly, all thanks to your leadership. I have no objections. I don't object either. If we get the water magic scroll, our team can hit level 3 even faster. Anyway, let's log out of the game first and then talk. Alright, in that case, everyone transfer your tradable lifespan to me. When we return to the real world, I'll send everyone the cash. After gathering enough lifespan, Grey Rose went back to initiate the trade with Qin Feng. A level 2 party should have killed at least 30 to 40 creepers, so their tradable lifespan must be over 100 days. While Qin Feng was pondering this, the transaction was completed. With that, his tradable lifespan increased from 268 to 368 days. Just then, Li Zi stepped in front of Qin Feng, saying arrogantly, "Finally, I found you, Shadow. I'll give you one chance, power level me straight to level 3. When we get back to the real world, I'll give you 10 million in cash. My father is the chairman of Daijiang Industries. You can look it up anytime. You don't have to worry about me not having the money." So it's her. In his past life, Zhang Li was the leader of a criminal organization that was later eliminated by the government. The report said she used cash to buy tradable lifespan as bait. Then she'd kidnap people to do her dirty work and use this as a chance to eliminate those who disobeyed her in the real world. Utter scum. Thinking of this, Qin Feng bluntly said, "I refuse." Li Zi, now Zhang Li, was stunned by Qin Feng's answer, and it took her a few seconds to react. "Shadow, even though you're a top player in this game, right now nobody knows what this game even is. If you follow me, I guarantee you'll live a life of luxury later on. Cars, houses, women, you can have it all. If you're not buying anything, don't interfere with my business." Qin Feng replied, thinking to himself, what good is cash? The universal currency in this new world is tradable lifespan. Realizing she couldn't entice Qin Feng, Zhang Li's attitude turned nasty. "What the hell? I'm only asking you to lead the party because I see your potential. If this were the real world, I would have already taught you a lesson. Say one more word and I'll make your lifespan drop into the negatives." Qin Feng issued the warning with a palpable killing intent, terrifying Zhang Li. She and her teammates hastily tucked tail and ran. Qin Feng went back to his business of selling items. Once done, he immediately returned to his monster grinding journey. Elsewhere, Zhang Li and her lackeys ran to a deserted alley before stopping. She spoke with fury. "That bastard Shadow not only rejected my offer but even threatened me. Just wait until I get back to the real world. I'll definitely have you captured and dealt with." At that very moment, Mao Lijun emerged from a hidden corner and spoke up. "Hello, Sister Li Zi." Zhang Li's group looked at him suspiciously. "My name is Mao Lijun. You can call me Old Mao. I'm currently at level 2 and I know some tricks for leveling up. I can help you level up. So, is that 10 million offer still on the table?" Zhang Li asked. "Tricks? What kind of tricks?" Mao Lijun replied. "I wouldn't normally tell anyone, but since it's you, Sister Li Zi, I can make an exception this one time to show my sincerity. In this situation, if you want to level up, you have to put all 5 of your initial attribute points into agility. That's the only way we'll be slightly faster than those creeps when we're running at full speed. Do you understand now?" Zhang Li's face lit up with realization. "So that's how it is. This is how you're supposed to play this game. Damn it, I already dumped all 5 of my initial attribute points into strength. Oh well. It's a good thing there's someone here who knows what they're doing." Thinking this, she smiled at Mao Laptuan and said, "You're actually kind of interesting. Alright, you can power level me, but since you're not as strong as Shadow, I can offer you 5 million. Do you accept? Get me to level 3, and I'll transfer the money to you when we're back in the real world." Mao Laptuan happily agreed. "No problem. Even though that Shadow guy is really strong, it seems like there's something wrong with his head. Turning down such an easy 10 million, what an idiot." While this group was making their deal, Tan Feng had already run back to the Cursed One boss. As expected, this boss had already evolved to the silver rank. A gray mist coiled around its body, and it was still in the process of advancing. Evolving from silver rank to gold rank would take at least 7 or 8 hours. "I'm too lazy to wait," he thought to himself. Tan Feng used a lethal poison dart combined with a stealth break strike, throwing it straight at the Cursed One, then immediately used shadow form to go back into hiding. 659, -29, -29. A long string of numbers appeared above the Cursed One's head. It let out an angry roar and started frantically bombarding the surrounding area with an area of effect skill. As Tan Feng silently circled the boss, he thought to himself that a silver rank boss has 2 to 3 times the health of a bronze rank boss, so it would take 2 or 3 lethal poison darts to be effective. This Cursed One is a magic type boss, and most of its skills are wide area attacks with very high damage. After throwing the lethal poison dart, I have to retreat immediately and get out of its attack range. If I get hit with my current health and defense stats, it's instant death. I have to wait for Shadow Form's cooldown to finish. Furthermore, I must wait for the boss's attack flurry to weaken before I strike again. Then I'll immediately use stealth again to escape its attack range. Not long after, the cursed one suddenly stopped attacking and hunched over, trembling slightly. Now's my chance, he thought. Tianfeng repeated the same move, shaving off a large chunk of the boss's HP bar. This time the cursed one picked a direction and bolted. The boss's HP is low, so it's starting to flee. Good. Compared to going into a frenzy before it dies, letting me finish it off easily saves me a lot of trouble. With that thought, Tianfeng charged forward and landed a stealth break strike on the cursed one's back, depleting its remaining health. System announcement. You have defeated the silver rank cursed one, gaining 1800 experience points. Congratulations, you have leveled up to level 5. Congratulations, you have received 4 evolution points. You have received 124 days of tradable lifespan. Haha, to think it boosted me up by 2 whole levels, and I even got 4 evolution points on top of that. He laughed happily. Tianfeng used Hand of Greed on the boss's corpse. System announcement. The skill Hand of Greed has succeeded. You have received 4 evolution points. You have received 4 evolution points. You have received 124 days of tradable lifespan. You have received 124 days of tradable lifespan. To think I got double the bonus rewards. This silver tier boss monster actually gave me a whopping 12 evolution points and 372 days of tradable lifespan. A system notification announced the activation of the Greedy Hands bonus effect. One of your loot drops will be upgraded from silver tier to gold tier. So this is a gold tier item. No wonder it's a jade tier Greedy Hand. There's a full 20% chance for bonus loot to be upgraded by 1 tier. It dropped a good 7 or 8 items, but now my inventory only has 10 slots left. I can't just kill a boss and run back to town every time. It's such a waste of time. Hopefully this cursed creature drops a storage ring or something so I can get more inventory space. As he spoke, Tianfeng knelt down to pick up the orbs of light on the ground. The moment his hand touched the golden orb of light, a look of astonishment crossed his face. Meanwhile, in Shelltown, Wang Meng and his squad members had just teleported back. They had finally made it back alive. It's all thanks to Boss Wang Meng that we were able to smoothly reach level 3 and return to town. That's right. Big brother Wang Meng is so amazing, but this was the result of all our hard work. Sob, it's just a shame we didn't have time to befriend that top-tier player. He probably looked down on me because I was covered in dirt. Sniffle. Maybe if you had been wearing this new gear back then, he would have agreed. As they were talking, the level ranking board was updated. Ranking board: first place Darkness level 5. Second place Wang Meng level 3. Third place Luo level 3. Seeing this, the crowd of players erupted in shocked discussion. Darkness has already reached level 5. What, he jumped straight from level 3 to level 5? What kind of insanely strong boss did he have to kill for that? Just over 10 minutes ago, I saw that top player selling gear. How did he gain 2 levels so fast? My sister is 18 this year. I really hope that top-tier player takes a liking to her. That way I could get carried and have him power level me. Come on, he didn't even bat an eye at 10 million. Why would he care about your sister? Damn, I just hit level 3 and that top player is already level 5. Is he even going to let the rest of us play? Off to the side, Wang Meng cleared his throat and addressed his squad members. For now, let's not overthink things. Each of us should return to the real world and inform our family and friends about this godlike game. The world might descend into chaos, so we should at least prepare those close to us. Alright, we'll log off first then. With that said, they all logged out of the game simultaneously. In the real world, Wang Meng, who was lying in bed, suddenly clutched his head with a soft groan and sat up. Seeing this, his teammates nearby immediately rushed to his bedside, exclaiming, "Look, Brother Wang is awake. Inform the captain. Brother Wang has regained consciousness. Brother Wang, what's wrong? Are you okay? You worried us to death. Do you have any idea what you looked like just a moment ago? Your body became transparent. Don't scare me like that, Brother Wang. I told you yesterday to get some rest. I said I would keep an eye on the suspect for you." By now, Wang Meng had fully adjusted and come to his senses. He immediately shouted, "Quick, get everyone together for an assembly right now. Something big has happened." Very quickly, an emergency meeting was held at the police station where Wang Meng worked. After hearing Wang Meng recount his experiences in detail, the middle-aged police officer seated in the center asked, "You previously reported that you formed a squad with a hidden class, and when you were on the verge of being wiped out, someone came to your rescue." Wang Meng replied, "That's right, his name is Shadow. When he saved us, this powerful player was only at level 3. But by the time we reached level 3, he was already at level 5. What's more, he had skipped 2 whole levels to get there." A male police officer asked, He skipped 2 levels. If he's already at level 5 now, doesn't that make him the #1 player in the world? How did he manage that? Wang Meng guessed, perhaps by defeating some kind of raid boss. Another male officer then asked, according to you, Shadow reached level 3 an hour ago. So why hasn't he returned to the real world yet? Could it be he has no relatives in reality to report back to? Wang Meng replied, I wouldn't know about that, but it's possible he really doesn't. The meeting was proceeding seriously when a female officer named An Yu suddenly spoke up. Could this shadow guy be a transmigrator? It's a common isekai trope for transmigrators to be orphans, which is how they get so powerful so quickly, right? Hearing this, everyone in the briefing room turned to stare at An Yu. Flustered, she spoke up. Am I wrong? The middle-aged officer reminded her, And you, I thought we talked about you reading fewer web novels. In a serious situation like this, you shouldn't be making such jokes. He then continued, looking at everyone seriously, the information Wang Meng just provided about the Divine Forsaken game perfectly matches the intel we've received from our superiors. A recent study has shown that some elderly individuals have passed away immediately after falling asleep. After collecting data and comparing it with those who have returned to reality, it has been confirmed that these individuals had all died multiple times within the game. In other words, if a player's lifespan in the Divine Forsaken game is reset to 0, they will actually die in real life. An officer commented, This is a supernatural event beyond our comprehension. The middle-aged officer nodded in agreement. That's right, we are very likely experiencing an unidentified supernatural invasion. The higher-ups have issued an urgent order to form a vanguard team based on local districts to explore the Divine Forsaken game and share intelligence. We must establish a professional army as soon as possible. This is a major event that affects the entire world. Currently, all nations are doing their utmost to explore this Divine Forsaken game. If we fall behind, we will lose our strategic advantage on the international stage. Therefore, we must gather intelligence at all costs. On you, I am appointing you as the captain of Team 1. And you stood at attention and shouted, Yes, sir. The middle-aged officer then looked at Wang Meng, appointing him as the vice captain and stating that the two of them could choose their own team members. Wang Meng also stood at attention and accepted the order. According to your description, this shadow has a good personality, so you should try to befriend him. The reason I appointed An Yu as captain is that I believe her personality is better suited for the investigation into Shadow. I hope you can all uncover Shadow's true identity as soon as possible. Ideally, you should act on behalf of the government, establish a cooperative relationship with Shadow, and obtain the information he possesses. The most important mission for everyone else at this stage is to maintain social stability. Is that understood? The crowd shouted in unison. Yes, sir! The middle-aged officer nodded and dismissed them. At the same time, in Qin Xiaoyu's dormitory, her roommates were also talking about the abandoned divine game. Zhang Wei said that people from the same area would appear in the same starter town when they go to sleep. Really? No, I want to go home. I have to go back and take care of my parents. They've never played a game before. I'm afraid they won't be able to adapt. You shouldn't be a burden. In fact, we can develop ourselves first and then take care of our parents. On the side, Qin Xiaoyu was pensively staring at her phone. How could something so big happen and Qin Feng not react at all? Why hasn't he come to apologize to me? Why is he so arrogant before every time I got angry? That guy would always try to comfort me. But today, not only did he not console me, he even hit me. Even my parents have never hit me before. I only skipped class to go to Songfei's concert. That detestable Qin Feng. If you don't apologize to me 1,000 times for this, I will absolutely never forgive you. It's a good thing I went to see Songfei yesterday. Otherwise, once this whole abandoned divine game thing happened, I'm afraid I wouldn't have had another chance. We were so close yesterday. Oh, Songfei, I miss you so much. That's right, if I go to sleep, I'll enter the game. Then Songfei will definitely be in there too. As long as I get into the game, I can find him. Zhang Wei reached level 3 so quickly he must be an expert. I have to go ask him. Thinking of this, Qin Xiaoyu sent Zhang Wei a message. Expert Zhang Wei, do you have any strategies you can teach me elsewhere? Zhang Wei smirked when he received the message. Oh, Qin Xiaoyu, even a noble goddess like her is coming to me for strategies. This is a godsend opportunity if I can win over Qin Xiaoyu, haha, he messaged back. You've asked the right person. Let me tell you a secret. When you enter the game, you must put all your initial attribute points into agility. Otherwise, if your speed isn't fast enough, the monsters will wreck you. Qin Xiaoyu messaged, what if I'm a mage? Do I still need to increase my agility? Zhang Wei messaged, correct. Agility isn't completely useless for magic users. It can increase your casting speed and is especially important in the early stages. Qin Xiaoyu messaged, But what if I still can't fight even with high agility? Jiang Wei messaged, "Don't worry, Xiao Yu, as soon as someone in town reaches level 5, the town's teleportation circle will light up. At that point, you can freely form a party to level up. When the teleportation circle is active, I'll find you and take you with me." This was exactly what Qin Xiaoyu was waiting to hear from Jiang Wei. She happily lay down on her bed, closed her eyes, and thought, "Excellent. These clingy guys are actually useful, so I found myself a meat shield. Qin Feng, I'll let you off the hook for now. I'm going into the game now, you can keep putting on your airs. By the time you get into the game, who knows how many levels ahead of you I'll be. I won't help you with your early game grind then." Flashing back a few hours, the moment Qin Feng touched the golden block of light, its information appeared before him. Golden Cursed Ring available for all classes. All attributes plus 8 dark element resistance plus 26 weak point attack multiplier plus 0.1. Required level 4. An 8-point increase to each attribute is equivalent to 32 attribute points. This ring is equivalent to all the stats others can only get after reaching level 3, and it even has additional dark element resistance. It's very effective for dealing with demonic beasts. The initial weak point attack multiplier was 1.5 times, but with the ring, this coefficient increases to 1.6 times, which isn't bad at all. And there's this too. As he spoke, Qin Feng looked over at another system panel. Shadow Shield. / a silver grade assassin skill. Instantly dash in one direction for a maximum of 15 meters, entering stealth mode for 5 seconds and delivering 3 slashes to all enemies in your path. Cooldown 12 seconds reduced to 10.43 seconds with cooldown reduction. Requires level 4 to learn. / width 2.1 meters each, / adds 100 points of attack power. 100% of hits are considered backstabs, but they cannot inflict weak point damage. Qin Feng spoke up. This is an incredibly powerful area of effect damage skill that provides mobility and even stealth. I'll learn it right away. Oh, I still have some evolution points left, so I'll evolve the Hand of Greed first. System notification consumed 8 evolution points. Remaining points 4. Hand of Greed, Diamond Grade. Assassin skill. Can be used on monster corpses with a 220% chance to receive additional loot rewards. The additional loot obtained has a 40% chance of being 1 grade higher, Qin Feng murmured. Just as I expected. Now when I farm monsters, I'll definitely get 2 extra portions of loot. Killing 1 monster is now equivalent to other players killing 3 of them. I still have 4 evolution points left. In that case, I can upgrade Shadow Shield / to level 3. System notification. You have consumed 3 evolution points, 1 point remaining. Shadow Shield / Platinum Grade. Assassin type skill. Instantly dash in one direction for a maximum of 21 meters and enter stealth mode. Lasts for 7 seconds and delivers 5 slashes to all enemies in your path. Cooldown 10.43 seconds. Requires level 4. / width 3.1 meters. Each slash adds 200 points of attack power. Huh? The cooldown didn't decrease. That's a bummer. Still, just by relying on Shadow Shield / I can achieve infinite stealth. The rest of the stuff is just junk. However, this silver grade warrior skill book Warcry can probably sell for some money. As he was speaking, Qin Feng suddenly heard a strange noise nearby. He looked up and saw several monsters lunging at him. Level 4 four-limbed crawlers. You've come at the perfect time. I'll use you to test the power of my Shadow Shield / As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Feng vanished, followed by several flashes of sword light, slicing the monsters' bodies into multiple pieces that fell to the ground. System notification. You have slain the level 4 four-limbed crawler. You have received 80 experience points. You have received 5 days of tradable lifespan. Qin Feng's figure reappeared as he said, "My monster clearing efficiency has improved. If I were using the venomous darts, I'd need to throw at least 2 to kill 1 monster. The shorter the combat time, the lower the chance of unexpected incidents. My current tradable lifespan is now 618 days. But to bring my equipment and skills into reality, my tradable lifespan needs to be at least 2.5 years, or to be precise, 900 days. I'll go back and sell the items in my inventory. Then my tradable lifespan should be close to the minimum limit required for extraction. Once I reach level 10, I can extract the skills and gear from the game and make them real." On his way back to Conch Town, Qin Feng accidentally overheard Zhang Li and Mao Lijun's group talking. "Congratulations, young miss, on reaching level 3. Isn't it about time you fulfilled your promise? Rest assured our Zhang Corporation wouldn't dare to shortchange you. For now, let's return to the real world. This is my cell phone number. You can contact me directly. Oh right, sell me all of your tradable lifespan. I'll pay you 10,000 for each day of lifespan. No problem." "Haha, I told you that shadow guy is a blind fool. He doesn't even value a major client like the young miss. In that case, we'll be waiting for you in the real world. Before logging off, Mali Jun smugly thought to himself, haha, so what if the game really affects one's lifespan? Lifespan can be earned back at any time. Only those who can turn their gaming abilities into cash like me are the truly smart ones. Not long after Qin Feng returned to town, the first thing he did was head to the teleportation array and activate it. System announcement: congratulations, you have activated the teleportation array in Conchtown. You can teleport once per day for free. Subsequent teleports will consume tradable lifespan. No other activated teleportation arrays found in Zhonghai City. The town's teleportation array is initially two-way. Activating just one teleportation array is useless. Before they can teleport to each other, players in other towns must also reach level 5 to activate their teleportation arrays. I remember from my past life that Song Fei was in Firefly Town. I can set a notification so that the day someone in Firefly Town activates the teleportation array, I'll be the first to know. However, teleporting between the initial towns doesn't really have much significance. My top priority is to reach level 10 and then head to the God-forsaken continent. That place is where the God-forsaken game truly begins. As he pondered this, Qin Feng walked to the square and set up a stall with a caption, selling equipment and skills. For 10 minutes only, buy now if you want it. The surrounding players immediately recognized Qin Feng and exclaimed, "Holy crap, the Master Shadow has appeared again. The big shot is finally here. I've saved up 150 days of lifespan just waiting for the Master to come sell his gear." Last time the Master sold an Ice Spike skill that shot Grey Rose straight to second place on the ranking board. I hope there's a mage skill book this time. There actually is a skill book, but it's just a silver grade Warcry for warriors. I want this Warcry book. System announcement: transaction successful. Received 300 days of tradable lifespan. 300 days of tradable lifespan for one skill book. Is it worth it? You're short-sighted. With this skill book, a warrior's monster killing efficiency doubles. They can earn back 300 days of lifespan in just 2 days. I want that cloak. I'll take these boots. Very quickly, the items in Qin Feng's stall were all snatched up by the crowd of players. He immediately stood up, packed up his stall, and thought to himself, everything sold out in just 1 minute. The total lifespan from the items I traded this time is 650 days. My tradable lifespan has now reached 2,174 days. But it's still not enough. If I want to extract the levels, attributes, classes, equipment, and skills from this abandoned god tier game into reality, I'm still a long way off. The players who failed to buy in time were constantly wailing. Sub, I missed out twice. Me too. Master, will you be selling here again next time? Please sell a few more times. I'm begging you. Just then, Black Bloom ran over shouting, Master, Master, I have a treasure, are you interested? At the same time, she took out a ring and held it forward. A spatial ring with an additional 12 inventory slots. That doesn't take up a ring or backpack equipment slot. Qin Feng was astonished, thinking to himself, a spatial ring, this is a special storage item. It's valuable because it doesn't occupy backpack and equipment slots, and each player is limited to only carrying storage backpacks. Although this item can drop from any monster, the drop rate is extremely low. This prophet is incredibly lucky to have gotten it so early. In the past, a 12-slot item like this could sell for over 3,600 days. He then asked how she wanted to sell it. Black Bloom smiled and replied, I don't want your lifespan, Master. I just want to become friends with you. And while you're at it, you could take our group to kill a boss. He agreed with a single word, and Qin Feng immediately sent her a friend request. A system notification announced, Player Black Bloom has accepted your friend request. Qin Feng asked what kind of boss it was. Black Bloom replied, it's just a gold rank boss. Qin Feng asked again, what's its name? It was too far to see clearly, but it's where there's a boat in a swamp and it looks very dilapidated. Hearing this, Qin Feng looked at her startled, thinking to himself, a dilapidated boat? Could it be the Golden Ghost Ship? The Golden Ghost Ship is an exceptionally rare special boss that can appear at any level. The spawn rate for this boss is extremely low, and what's more, it drops very useful special items. Every time a Golden Ghost Ship appears, a fierce battle breaks out between the guilds. The Golden Ghost Ship appearing in this town is probably a level 5. At this level, it's at its easiest to defeat. To encounter the Golden Ghost Ship in a small town this early, and on top of that to get a rare storage ring. Plus she's a member of Wang Meng's party. Could she be the legendary Lucky Koi from my past life? Outwardly, Qin Feng acted normal and asked her how she had discovered this gold rank boss. Black Bloom replied, after logging out and having dinner, I wanted to log back in quickly to level up with the captain and the others. But who knew they would be so slow, with nothing to do. I wandered around sightseeing and found the gold rank boss at the bottom of a cliff. Qin Feng thought to himself, In my past life, I heard a rumor that Wang Meng's team had a member with the luck of a koi who could just wander around in the wild and stumble upon treasure chests, rare bosses, dungeons, and shrines. At first, I thought it was just a cover story put out by the authorities to hide the intelligence they had, but I never expected it to be true. It really is her. Black Bloom blushed and spoke up. Master, why are you staring at me like that? Qin Feng said, It's nothing. Then the two of them headed out of town together. Meanwhile, in a hidden corner, a shady figure who had been secretly watching saw the two of them leave the town gate and immediately rushed off in another direction. In a deserted spot not far away, a gang leader was bragging to his underlings. I remember back in the day I led you brothers to conquer the overlord of Genghis City. Just trust me and follow my lead. I guarantee you'll all live the high life. Just then the scout ran up shouting, Boss, that kid took a girl out of town. Hearing this, the boss smirked and spoke up. Just as I thought. That little brat couldn't wait to pick up a girl to tag along. Brothers, follow me. Meanwhile, Qin Feng and Black Bloom were walking and talking. I can handle the main assault. If the boss drops any gear or skill books you can use, I'll give them to you. The rest of the loot is mine. How about it? Ah, what about Captain Wang Meng and the others? Your party has all sorts of classes. If assassin gear drops, wouldn't all my work be for nothing? All right. Let's do as you say. But can I make one small request? Go ahead. If you sell any of the gear to Captain Wang Meng and his team, could you give them a little discount? No problem. Okay, we'll set out after Captain Wang Meng gets online. Oh, right, boss. Where are we going now? We're on our way to hunt a gold rank boss. Hearing Qin Feng say this, Black Bloom's face turned pale as she spoke. Great master, you're an assassin and I'm a mage. You can go into stealth, but how am I supposed to survive? Qin Feng said, I'm all that's needed. You just need to observe from a safe place. Black Bloom exclaimed in shock. She thought to herself, soloing a gold rank boss. Even though I know the great master is incredibly powerful, this is just too over the top. Suddenly, Qin Feng's figure vanished on the spot, leaving her confused as she looked around and called out, Great master, where did you go? Hiding in the woods behind them. The group of stalkers also saw Qin Feng disappear and whispered among themselves, Boss, that shadow guy vanished. Haha! He must have tricked that little chick, ditching her alone in the wilderness. Let's go, we'll grab her and have some fun. He said, I told you guys if you follow me, you'll absolutely live the high life. Look, isn't the woman right over there? The boss is brilliant. But before they could make a move, Qin Feng suddenly appeared right in front of them and sent them to the respawn point with a phantom shield slash. System notification. You have eliminated 5 players and received a total of 12 days of tradable lifespan. So broke. That's only worth as much as killing 2 minor mobs, he muttered as his figure vanished once more and reappeared beside Black Bloom. Black Bloom asked in surprise. Great master, where did you just go? Qin Feng replied. There were a few stalkers following us. I sent them back to the town's respawn point. Black Bloom spoke up. Oh, I thought you went to the bathroom. Great master, ah. By the way, great master, now that you have this stealth skill, going to the bathroom must be super convenient for you, right? You can do your business anytime, anywhere without being seen. Huh, no wait. If your droppings came out of your body, would they be invisible too? Or maybe… Qin Feng hurriedly cut her off. Just take me to the boss you mentioned. Back in the small town, another player respawned. If Qin Feng were here, he would have immediately recognized this person as none other than the good sister who stabbed him in the back. Qin Xiaorao. This is too much. I can actually feel it. This is great. I actually got the hidden class life priestess. This must be super powerful. This way I'll definitely be a good match for Songfei. I wonder how Songfei is doing right now. Does he know the secret for initial stat allocation? I wonder where that bastard Qin Feng went. All he does is try to control me all day. But when it really matters, he's completely unreliable. It's fine though. I have a hidden class now, plus Zhang Wei promised to help me level up. Qin Feng, you're on your own. I couldn't care less about you. As she was speaking, Qin Xiaoyu began to look around and saw the ranking board hanging in the sky. She gasped in amazement. Whoa! The number 1 player, Darkness, is already level 6. Zhang Wei is only level 3 right now, yet he still has the nerve to show off his strength. It seems this Darkness is the real pro player. If I had the top-ranked Darkness to help me, I'd definitely level up even faster than Zhang Wei. But where can I find this pro player Darkness? Just then, Qin Xiaoyu overheard Wang Meng's group talking nearby. Damn it, I can't get in touch with Free Spirit Xiaoyao. We don't have time to wait for her. Does anyone have any ideas? We can't grind mobs without a healer. We're not like the pro player Darkness who can solo everything. I suggest we find a new healer to team up with. Hearing that these people seemed to know darkness, Qin Xiaoyu's eyes lit up. She hurried over and said, "Hello? Excuse me, are you looking for a healer? I'm a life priestess, a hidden class." At the same time, Qin Feng and Black Bloom had also arrived at the boss's location. Looking down from a rocky cliff at the boss in the swamp below, Qin Feng spoke. "It really is the Golden Ghost ship. You stay here and hide. Be careful not to get ambushed by others. I'll go take care of the boss." Black Bloom said, "All right, big shot, you be careful." Qin Feng nodded and jumped straight down. A system notification appeared. Due to the influence of the ghost ship, this area has become a berserk zone. The rate of lifespan decay in this zone is increased by 100 times. The flow of time is 100 times faster. If I stay in here for 15 minutes, I'll lose a day of my lifespan. This temporary berserk zone doesn't have a major impact. Musing to himself, Qin Feng landed softly and quickly ran towards the center of the swamp. Boss information: Golden Ghost Ship Level 5 Special Gold Grade. Countdown 45 minutes and 25 seconds. This special boss has a time limit. Luckily, there are still 45 minutes left. Plenty of time to take it down. With that, Qin Feng initiated with Shield Shadow Slash and entered a state of stealth. The boss was immediately hit 5 times each strike, dealing 549 points of damage. Following that, Qin Feng reappeared, using Venom Dart combined with a Stealth Break strike aiming right for the boss's weak point, dealing a massive amount of damage before using Shadow Dive to go into stealth and move away from the boss. He knew the boss would now counterattack. The ghost ship was seen swinging the oar in its hand, and columns of water like waterspouts erupted and swept across the swamp. While in stealth, Qin Feng used his agility to continuously dodge the attacks, but that wasn't all. As soon as the water columns vanished, mummy-like monsters began crawling out of the swamp. A quick count revealed more than a dozen of them. There are several difficulties in defeating this golden ghost ship. First, many people don't even know where its weak point is. Its real weak point isn't the frame or the hull, but the ghostly bell on the bow. Second, when its weak point is attacked, it will control the surrounding water and launch a wide area attack. The damage from this water pillar is extremely high. In the early stages, only warriors wearing a full set of silver-grade equipment can barely withstand. Fortunately, the initial agility of the Shadow class is high enough. Otherwise, I would have a hard time dodging it. Third, after the ranged attack ends, the boss will summon 12 rotting water ghouls onto the battlefield. Each one has the strength of a silver-grade boss. The 12 rotting water ghouls will attack frantically, and most teams will fall into chaos at this point. Furthermore, every 3 minutes the Golden Ghost Ship will summon another rotting water ghoul. If they aren't dealt with in time, the number of rotting water ghouls will just keep increasing, eventually leading to a team wipe. But I'm always invisible, so they can't find me. As long as I find the right angle, I can eliminate them in a single blow. As he thought this, Qin Feng appeared, sending the rotting water ghouls to their doom with a shadow shield slash, while also taking a large chunk of the boss's health. Above on the cliff, Black Bloom's jaw dropped, wide enough to fit a chicken egg. This is the top shadow player #1 on the leaderboard. He's just way too strong. Appearing and disappearing like a phantom, he'd already taken 1/3 of the boss's health, and it had basically no way to fight back. As she was marveling in astonishment, she received a message from Qin Feng. "Lil Black, I'm about to get wiped." Black Bloom was startled and messaged back, "Wiped? What do you mean?" Qin Feng told her not to do anything, just wait for him to revive. Black Bloom replied, "Huh, why great master. Aren't you dominating right now? And what the heck is Lil Black?" Qin Feng messaged her. "Aren't you Lil Black?" A Black Bloom messaged, "Great master, my name is Black Bloom. Hakbo Lum. Isn't that just black? So Lil Black. That sounds like a dog's name." Qin Feng replied, "I know, Lil Black." At the same time, the group that Qin Feng had just dealt with had respawned and were ferociously hunting for the two of them. Their leader shouted in anger, "Damn it! We were careless. I've won countless tournaments back when I was a legend, and now I'm getting bullied by some punk." Just then one of his lackeys ran up to report, "Boss, we found that girl. She's at the edge of the cliff up ahead, and that shadow bastard is fighting the boss alone at the bottom of the cliff." The leader snorted and said, "Let's go. I've called all our brothers this time. I refuse to believe we can't take him down." Back to Qin Feng's battle with the boss, the fourth mechanic is also the trickiest. The Golden Ghost Ship will unleash a massive area of effect Soul Riot, which forces a 5-second stun. There's no way for me to escape it now. And so while Qin Feng was pondering, the boss's wide area skill spread out and enveloped him. System notification. You have died. You have lost 326 years of non-tradable lifespan. You have lost 1,087 days of tradable lifespan. This scene was witnessed by the pursuing group just as they arrived. Haha, serves him right. This idiot, just because people call him a top player, he got arrogant enough to solo a golden grade boss. This shadow dog is really loaded. A light orb that big is equivalent to at least several hundred days of lifespan. Brothers attack boss. It's down to half HP. Let's go finish it off. We can even score a huge chunk of lifespan from it. That's only half its life gone. This big mutt had it coming. Today, this little dog is going to devour the big one. The leader shouted excitedly, leading his underlings as they charged down the cliff. However, the very moment they stepped into the swamp's vicinity, the scenery suddenly transformed. The dark, gloomy sky had completely vanished, replaced by a clear blue sky. The group stood stunned for a few seconds, and only when they saw the rows of houses around them did they react, realizing they had respawned. The group immediately erupted in anger, shouting, "What the hell? How is this boss so damn strong? How did that shadow guy manage to get its HP down to half? Is this a joke? This is completely absurd." We got instantly wiped out by a water pillar the moment we entered the swamp. On top of that, there were tons of smaller mobs. How are we supposed to fight this thing? Damn it, our losses were too heavy. Let's go. We're heading back. I refuse to believe it's this ridiculously difficult. A short while later, when Tanfong returned to the swamp, he saw a pile of light orbs scattered on the ground. Surprised, he sent a message to Black Bloom. "I'm back." "Little Black, why are there so many lifespan orbs here?" Black Bloom messaged back. "A group of players just charged in here, but they all got wiped out by the water pillar." Tanfong replied, "Oh, so that's what happened. Haha, they clearly overestimated themselves." Then he turned his gaze toward the boss, recalling how much trouble this golden ghost ship had given him in his past life. The golden ghost ship only unleashes its immobilization skill, so the remaining half of its health would be easy to handle. Once its HP drops to 50%, there is a certain probability it will vanish and then reappear at a distance, making it much more difficult for the average player to finish it off. But I figured out its movement pattern long ago. With that thought, Tanfong charged toward the boss and launched his assault. Up on the cliff, the same group had returned once more. One of them called out, "Leader, look quickly! That brat is fighting the boss again, just as we thought. Good, we'll look for an opportunity to take them both down." Black Bloom, who was standing on a cliff not far away, also spotted them. "Those idiots are back again. Damn it, they're just here to cause trouble. The boss is about to finish the monster. I can't let them interfere." With that in mind, Black Bloom immediately cast a lightning skill on their leader, shouting, "The heavens have spoken today, there shall be thunder." The men yelled out in anger, "Damn it! Who's attacking us, boss? There's a mage over there." That woman must have a death wish. Go get her." Seeing them charge at her, Black Bloom let out a cry and took off running. "Get back here, I'm going to kill you!" The men shouted as they pursued her relentlessly, but they had no idea that another group was also there, silently watching everything from the shadows. Down in the swamp, the fight was drawing to a close. Phew! It's finally about to go down. No wonder they call it the Golden Ghost Ship. Even though it's only level 5, it's still extremely tough to solo. My damage output is still too low, causing the battle to drag on and attract unwanted attention. There's that group on the cliff. It seems they're the ones who just died and respawned. Plus, there's also a guild near the edge of the swamp. Looks like they're planning to wait until I finish off the boss, then kill me and steal the loot. Even knowing that, but Qin Feng wasn't worried at all and used a skill that had just come off cooldown to take the boss's last bit of health. System announcement. You have defeated the Golden Ghost Ship, a gold-grade boss. You have received 4,800 experience points. Congratulations, you have reached level 8. You have also received 7 evolution points and 216 days of tradable lifespan. Nice idea, but it's a shame you miscalculated, he whispered. Qin Feng used Shadow Stealth and vanished on the spot, leaving the pile of items on the ground without picking them up. At the same time, all players received an announcement. Player Shadow from Seashell Town is the first on the server to defeat a gold-grade boss and has received 3 reputation points. The crowd of players began to chatter. A first kill on a gold-grade boss. Holy crap, is this Shadow guy a demon? How is he so strong? What country did Seashell Town originally belong to? The first player to defeat a gold-grade boss must be a powerhouse from our great nation of Korea. Meanwhile, in Seashell Town, Wang Meng spoke up. It wasn't long ago that the announcement said Shadow could solo a bronze-grade boss. And just like that, he's already soloed a gold-grade boss. Why is there such a huge gap between players? Standing right behind Qin Xiaoyu, frowned, thinking to herself, this Shadow guy is really on another level. If he power-leveled me, it wouldn't be long before I could meet Brother Song Fei. Back at the swamp after Qin Feng vanished, the leader of the second group chuckled in a low voice, "Ha! This boss really dropped a ton of loot. That guy ran off without grabbing any of it. He's definitely scared of us." Guang, use your skill to find that guy. Take him out and we'll claim all the loot from the gold grade boss for ourselves. Got it. The player named Guang replied, then immediately drew his bow and used the skill Phantom Horned Eagle, shooting it toward the swamp. Qin Feng, who was hidden in stealth, saw this and muttered to himself, Phantom Horned Eagle, huh? I can't believe this hunter learned an anti-stealth skill so quickly. No wonder they're so confident about taking me out to steal the loot. Too bad my class has a +1 stealth level bonus, making it impossible for a mere level 1 anti-stealth skill to see through my invisibility. As expected, Guang couldn't detect Qin Feng's presence, so he turned to his leader and reported, Boss, there's no one there. That punk probably saw our numbers and got scared off. Smart of him. Let's go, we'll head over and guard the loot. Don't let your guard down, be ready to fight at any moment. The ownership protection time for the boss loot is 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the boss loot will be ours. As soon as he finished speaking, the leader and his lackeys ran toward the dropped items. At that exact moment, several flashes of sword light flared up, slicing them to pieces. Qin Feng's figure appeared, muttering, it's much quieter now. By the way, where did that Xiaohei girl go? Oh well, I'll look for her later. The evolution points I had left, plus the ones from the boss, will only allow Greedy Hand to evolve one more time. I'll evolve the skill first and touch these corpses later. Very quickly, the skill successfully evolved. System announcement: Greedy Hand. Epic and Assassin type skill now has a 300% chance to obtain additional loot rewards. Additional loot obtained has a 100% chance of being upgraded by 1 tier. A 100% chance to be upgraded by 1 tier. This is basically a game changer. I'm going to make all of these orbs of light burst open. He thought to himself. Qin Feng began using Greedy Hand to collect the loot. Consequently, system notifications began to ring out continuously. System notification. You have used the skill Greedy Hand. You have received 21 evolution points. You have received 648 days of tradable lifespan. You have received the special item Demonic Spirit Bell. You have received the special item Demonic Spirit Bell. You have received, Qin Feng exclaimed in surprise. To think I got 2 Demonic Spirit Bells in a single go. He took out the 2 Demonic Spirit Bells to examine them. Demonic Spirit Bell. Demonic Fire Bell, a special item that prevents lifespan loss upon death when carried. This effect has a cooldown of 1,565 seconds. Passive Soul Absorption. When you defeat a monster, the drop rate for lifespan increases by 20% times 2. This effect is doubled when 2 Demonic Fire Bells are held at the same time. Active Soul Shock. Shaking the Demonic Fire Bell will inflict an immobilization effect for 3 seconds on all enemies within a 100-meter radius. Cooldown 521 seconds. Qin Feng thought to himself, this Demonic Fire Bell isn't considered an equipment piece, but rather a utility item. It doesn't take up an equipment slot. Both bells only occupy a single inventory space. It's incredibly convenient to use. At that very moment, Qin Feng received a distress message from Break Broom. Boss, save me. What are you people doing? Don't come over here. Qin Feng worriedly messaged back. Xiaohei, where are you, yeah?